Welcome to the NUES AI Moment, 35 game-changing tools and tips for mastering AI. The AI Moment was designed for the NUES ESL endorsement courses, but can be used by any teacher, with any student in any classroom. Enjoy!
This AI moment is using AI to help simplify Scaffold and support academic language. It's very simple. Again, it's dealing with some prompting, understanding prompting a little better, but it also goes to address one of the most difficult things that teachers struggle with ELL learners, and that is how to get the same content, the same meaning to the students while they're learning language. And today we're simply using something from the 8th grade content, and that is Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. So the prompt is very simple. Again, AI knows what Lincoln said, knows the different versions, knows what professors have talked about and published for years and years and years about the address. And you don't have to go into that. You can just simply, please rewrite the Gettysburg Address, making it more accessible and based on support and scaffolding for ELL learners. Again, this tells AI that you want to rewrite the address, you want to make it accessible, and you're making it accessible for ELL learners, and you're going to give support and scaffolding for them. And that's it. That's all you have to put in. And what comes out is pretty amazing. The original Gettysburg Address, 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth to this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the preposition that all men are created equal. Well, it's a famous quote. We've all heard it. And it's inspiring. And it's poetic. But it has language that hasn't been used in over 100 years on a regular basis. There are things in here that would be very confusing to a regular student, let alone an ELL learner. So, what does AI give us? It gives us, many years ago, 87 years to be exact, our ancestors created a new country here. They believed in freedom and that everyone is equal. What does this have in it? It has the meaning of the original quote. What does it not have? It does not have words like fourscore, something that we really don't use very often. It has dedicated, again, very high-level academic words, proposition. We could go through and basically look and find lots of things in it that would be very difficult. Those have been taken out, and the basic meaning. So you're not having to water down the meaning of what you're teaching. AI can help you get to the basic important meanings of that quote, and then you can have discussions, and because they understand it, they might have questions. The second part, it is rather for us to be here dedicated to this great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take an increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion. That they were highly resolved that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Very powerful. Again, very poetic. And again, lots of very high-level academic language that the students might not be to yet. And so instead of getting this very important meaning, most is lost. However, AI gives us the simplified, scaffolded, and supported version, which is we must dedicate ourselves to the work they began. We must honor the soldiers by continuing their cause. We must ensure that country under God has a new freedom and the government for the people will last forever. For example, it's telling us that these soldiers sacrificed and had a cause that we still have to fight for. Now, in the upper one, it talks about that, but it's really saying these soldiers who fought and died and gave everything they could That's very emotional. It's very poetic and it's very powerful. But what does it mean is we have to honor these soldiers because their cause is our cause. And again, AI is taking the chaos, the things that students struggle with, it takes the English high academic language and it makes it simplified where this is they can understand the content, they can understand the meaning. And that's what's really important. As they slowly increase their academic language, as they grow in their growth of learning English, they're able to use more of these academic words, but they have the basic understanding. So this solves, or not solves, but helps teachers with that big problem of how do I teach the content to students who are learning English? And using AI and simply putting in a few little prompts that have structure in them, we can actually help the teacher give the students comprehensible, understandable content at the same level. I hope this helps. Enjoy.